Hi everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. Usually this is a space where I'll rant about the Leafs, and it's a lot harder to rant when they're on a 5 game winning streak without their number one defenseman, and they've kind of just played really good hockey. And it's a lot easier to rant if they were on a 5 game losing streak without their number one defenseman, and they're struggling and nothing's going right. But when your number one player just scored his 50th goal in 54 games and becomes the fastest U.S. born player to score 50 goals in a season in so many games, um, yeah, there's not really too much you can complain about. Austin Matthews has 50 goals in 54 games. Oh my God, this guy isn't human. He's not human. 50 goals in 54 games. He's on a 77 goal pace. 70 is out of the question. Is 80 like are we can't be thinking Austin Matthews, oh, is he gonna get 70 goals? Like, yeah, he's gonna fucking I'm sorry. He's gonna get 70 goals. There's no way this guy doesn't get 70 goals, right? We gotta be looking at the bigger picture here. Is he gonna get 500 goals? Like is this guy gonna break Gretzky's record just this season? Um I meant all-time goals, by the way. But we'll get into his goal. 2 minutes in, a guy with a perfect mustache. He pulls it off pretty well. His number ends with a 4. Last name starts with an M. Bobby McMahon. Ninth goal. And he's like, what? I think 2 goals away from having the most goals out of anyone who's not in the core 4, because Calle Yarncroke is the leader with 10, and he hasn't played in like forever. Like, that guy hasn't been in the lineup in so long, and I can't wait till he's back. Bobby McMahon scores on a line assisted from Brody and Liljegren, who has been a great pairing together. And I don't know what you're gonna do when Riley comes back next game, because this is the last game that he's gone, and you get your number one defenseman back. And this suspension has defined the season. Like, it's changed everything. This should be the definition of the season. They start off struggling. They come back. This is their turning point. This is the definition. This is who this team is. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're such a good hockey team. They're so good, stacked with talent. They won 6-3 tonight. Yeah, it's against Arizona. They had 10 more shots than Arizona. Arizona had 26 shots. But it's 1-0 Toronto with the Bobby McMahon tip in from Brody and Liljegren. Then, on the power play, Marner gets it to Liljegren, gets it to Matthews over by the faceoff dots, because where else would he be on the power play? Snipes it. That's 50 in 54 for Austin Matthews. He has 9 goals in his last 4 games. Yeah, you heard me right. 9 in his last 4. Man. He has 50 goals. No one else in the league has 40. I saw something where it's like, he has 51. He scored again. He has 51 goals in 54 games. Not 50. I forgot he scored twice. Like, if you don't understand how good that is, second place is 39. I'm pretty sure since December 2nd, Matthews has something like 33 goals, which would put him like 5th in league scoring if he didn't score any goals before December 2nd, which is like a full 2 months of hockey. This is where the refs start putting the whistles away. You start getting adjusted to playoff hockey. When you're missing your number one defenseman, you really got to dig deep, players have to step up. Not only you're missing him, you're missing William Lagesson. Like, Lagesson is a big part of the depth on defense. So you got a guy in Rafi who's playing in his second NHL game, and he's looked okay. He's looked pretty good for a rookie. Like, his second NHL game, you can't really ask too much. They've really stepped up. They've looked good. Now, enough about that. Someone else scored a goal that ends in a 0. Like, his goal total ends in a 0. William Nylander on the power play. Wrist shot goal from Tavares and Marner. And Marner has had... Nylander's been pretty good recently. Like, he stepped up his game. He struggled a little bit. Mitch Marner, 8-game point streak. He's got, like, 16 points. I don't know. He had, like, 3 tonight. Maybe more. 1, 2, 3. He had 3 tonight. He's been insane. All 3 assists. Great for my fantasy team. Austin Matthews, great for fantasy. Love having them. But Nylander gets his 30th of the year. Marner's 45th assist of the year after starting the year pretty rough. And John Tavares, his 26th assist. If I'm being honest, I think this is John Tavares' best game in a very long time. Very long time. He looked so good. It was like the second period, and I don't know, he took some guy's helmet off. He got this weird penalty that shouldn't have really been a penalty, and we'll get into that later. But he was aggressive. He's not a fast skater, but all his hockey senses kind of came together tonight, and he was just an overall amazing player. He was on a line with Bobby McMahon and Nick Robertson, which was the third line. And I don't mind John Tavares down there. Like, obviously, I think he's giving up the captaincy next year. I think he's going to give it to Austin Matthews. It's his team. He signed this deal, highest paid player in the league next year. I think he deserves the C on the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's his team. He's the face of the team. But this is genuinely one of his best games. He struggled a bit before All-Star break. He's looked a lot better since coming back, and it was a really good game by him. Like, he's pretty much the perfect player other than that one penalty. And then, okay, so let's go to the second period. About 4.5 minutes in to the second period. Leafs are up 3-0, but they were getting hemmed in their zone. Arizona finally scores from Nick Bukestad. McElhaney, or Macaulay. Well, I don't know how to say his name. I should. I really should, but I don't. Also, McElhaney is a goaltender from the Leafs from like 7 years ago. It wasn't that long, but I don't know why I'm thinking about that. He gets his 9th of the year. Wrist shot. He just like cleanly beats Ilya Samsonov. Like really cleanly. Probably want to look at that one again. Like you probably like that one back, but whatever. Sammy kind of had he had an okay game. I thought it was a little weird, but he was good. Next 2 goals, like probably let those ones in anyways. Then minute later, just over a minute later, Hayton scores from Kerfoot and Brown, not Connor Brown. Also, Austin Matthews. Actually, I'll get into this next. And it's 3-2 Toronto. A tip in goal. And you're like, ooh, okay. Keefe calls the timeout. Everyone comes, takes a breather. Can't give this one up. You can't. You really can't. Matthews just got his 50th. He set a record. You can't lose this game. You can't. It's Arizona. You need these. These are 2 free points. You need this game. You need it. You need that 5-game win streak without Morgan Riley. You need it. What do? They come back. They look a bit better. The Leafs have it in the offensive zone. Mitch Marner makes a hell of a play. In between the leg pass to Brody. Brody hasn't scored in like 86 games, I think it is. He almost gets one here. Doesn't. I think he loses it. Then Marner picks it up. Marner kind of just like shoots it on. It goes off of an Arizona defender, off of Austin Matthews' shoulder, like right up here. Off of him, Matthews tries to tip it in, but it's already in the net. He scores 51 goals. Marner has 46 assists. They combined twice in this game. Like, this is one of the deadliest duos in hockey. Might be the deadliest duo this year. And they weren't even together at the they were together at the start. Then they got split up, and Matthews had to go with Nylander because Matthews Marner was not working, and they were both struggling. And now, that's like the deadliest line in the NHL. I don't care what anyone has to say. It is. You got the number one goal scorer, a playmaker, and a rookie has friggin' 8 points in his last 10 games since coming back from the All-Star break. Like, he's been really good. I've been loving Matthew Knies' game. But it's 4-2. And then later on, oh wait, I forgot to talk about the Tavares thing with the second goal, the second Arizona goal. So Tavares kind of takes this penalty. He high sticks Sean Durzi, I believe. But he doesn't high stick him. He just lifts his stick, and then Durzi's stick hits him in his face, and it's a penalty. Then Arizona builds off of that. And that's how they score. That was their first goal. Before their first goal, that's how Arizona built all of this energy up, by the way. Just they killed off the penalty, but then immediately got 2 goals scored on them. So, moving on. Pontus Holmberg takes an offensive zone penalty behind the net. His leg just kind of caught behind. Tripping call. What are you going to do about it? Not too much. Dylan Gunther from Clayton Keller and Sean Durzi on the power play. Like 6 seconds left. It was a delayed penalty call. So, to start the third period, they get a minute 54 of power play time. And that's not good. Remember, it's a 1-goal game at this point. Arizona starts the third with a power play. And the Leafs do a really good job. Jake McCabe blocks a shot, and he's kind of stunned. TJ Brody playing his offside. They switch. So now Jake McCabe's playing his offside. Brody is back on the left. I've been loving Brody on the left. I don't know who you pair Riley with when he's back. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. Maybe Jake McCabe. You try that. Physical defenseman. But I like the Benoit McCabe pairing. It's a perfect third pairing. Brody Liljegren's your second pairing. Riley, someone else. Who knows? Probably a trade coming for that first defensive, right side spot. But the Leafs kill it off. They kill it off. They work hard. Jake McCabe's stunned. He's not trying to move too much. They kill it off, and Brody clears it down. And oh yeah, your power play's over, which means someone comes out of the box. Which, oh yeah, who's that guy on the Leafs that used to wear 29 but now wears 88? Not Pontus Holmberg. William Nylander. He walks down and snipes the thing. Mwah. Love you, Willie. William Nylander. Just shower myself with this. Ooh, what a snipe, man. That was a nice shot. Out of the box. Skating right down. Bing, bang. Goal. I don't know. Beautiful goal. Then the Leafs. Tavares played most of his time on the third line. What was his ice time tonight? I want to know. Okay. Still 1705. He was fourth out of Leafs forwards. He was really good tonight. Like, really good. Goal and assist. Who had the least? Gregor had the least amount of time on ice out of forwards on the team. And it's like, yeah, man, I'm kind of done with Gregor. Kind of done with him, to be honest. I don't care. Like, once Yarncroke's back, I think he's out of the lineup. It's whatever. This is a long video, by the way. Frig. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Bobby McMahon works hard. He works hard here to get it to Nick Robertson. Robertson hands it off to John Tavares, who I was talking about earlier, who I was like, he's going to score tonight for sure. Working like a horse out there. Tavares snipes it. He knew what he was doing there. His 16th of the year. You want him to have more. You want him to have like a 30-goal season this year. Gotta find a way to get him scoring some more goals. It's 6-3. That ensures it. Game's over at that point. The rest of the game was kind of just like back and forth. Leafs trying to balance out ice time a little bit more. I think Matthews played 3.5 minutes in the third period. And I saw the panel being like, oh, that's because you got to adjust him for playoffs and stuff. And it's like, no, it's just you're up 6-3 against the Arizona Coyotes. What's the point of putting your best player out there and risking him getting injured? Like, he has 2 goals tonight. What's the point of putting him out there? Matthew Nyes, I'd like to see you give him a couple more shifts. He's in Arizona. Let the boy score against his, like, childhood team. Matthews did it tonight. Let Matthew Nyes score. He's been really good lately. Anyways, 51 and 54 is insane. 77 goal pace. I believe that's for the 51 and 54, not the 50 and 54. I believe it's a 77 goal pace. That's crazy. This guy's insane. Insane. Oh, and I love him. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like it, well, I mean, please click like. If you liked it a lot, then clicking subscribe is pretty awesome. Helps. Makes me feel better about these videos. I mean, just watching them makes me feel a bit better, so thank you if you've made it this far. Like, you really have that much to care about what I say. Yeah. 50. 1.